There will come a day when your dream feels too far to reach, when every step forward feels heavier than the last, when your mind whispers, you've done enough, stop trying. But deep down, you're not done. Because if your heart is still beating, your fight isn't over yet. This is break your limits. Your only limit is your mind. You look at your reflection and barely recognize it. The fire that once burned bright now trembles under the weight of exhaustion. You gave everything, and somehow it still wasn't enough. People don't see the nights you stayed awake fighting your own thoughts. They don't see the mornings where you had to drag yourself out of bed just to try again. They see the calm surface, not the storms you're surviving beneath it. You're not weak for wanting to quit. You're human for staying anyway. And one day you'll realize it was never about not breaking. It was about breaking and choosing to rebuild again. Doubt doesn't roar, it whispers. It waits for silence, then slides into your mind. Maybe you're not good enough, it says. It wears the voices of those you love. It hides inside well-meaning advice. Be realistic. Don't aim too high. You nod, you smile, but inside you shrink. You start to question every dream that once lit your heart. Doubt makes heavy what used to feel light. Every decision becomes hesitation. Every step becomes second-guessing. You stop chasing greatness and start chasing safety. You forget that every legend once began with uncertainty. But then one night, you hear another voice. Quiet, but different. What if you can? It asks. That tiny whisper cuts through the noise. You remember who you were before the world told you who to be. Fear trembles when you start again. Because courage was never the absence of doubt. It was action in spite of it. So let them doubt. Let them talk. You'll keep moving until your results speak louder than their words. The weight of doubt can crush you or build your strength. The choice has always been yours. Everyone falls, but only a few rise and walk again with fire in their eyes. The day comes when everything collapses. The people you trusted vanish. The plan you believed in burns to ash. You kneel in the wreckage asking, why me? But the world stays silent. You try to scream, but the sound dies in your chest. There's no applause, no comfort, no answer. And that's when you learn pain has its own language. It speaks in lessons you can only hear when everything else is gone. You realize no one's coming to save you. And strangely, that truth sets you free. Because if no one's coming, then it's you. You are the rescue. You are the restart. The moment you stop waiting for help is the moment you start becoming unstoppable. The fall isn't the end of the story. It's the chapter where the hero is forged. You don't drown by falling into darkness. You drown by refusing to fight toward the light. One morning, the pain feels different. It doesn't break you anymore, it builds you. You open your eyes and realize you're still here. The same storm rages, but you no longer flinch. You whisper, enough. Not out of anger, out of awakening. You stop asking for permission. You stop waiting for someone to choose you. You stand up on shaking legs and take the first step anyway. That's courage, not confidence, but defiance in motion. Every heartbeat becomes a drum of rebellion. Every breath says, I'm not finished. The climb ahead doesn't scare you anymore, because you've already survived the fall. You start to see beauty in the fight. The mountain no longer mocks you, it mirrors you. The turning point isn't loud. It's a whisper that becomes a roar inside your chest. And from that day on, the storm no longer owns you, you own it. You rise quietly, not to prove them wrong, but to prove yourself right. No spotlight, no applause, just sweat, failure, repetition. You wake before the world, chasing something only you can see. The pain that once broke you becomes your daily companion. You train with it, you learn from it, you grow through it. The climb is endless, but you stop counting steps. You only count the promise you made to yourself. Never stop. Days blend into nights. You lose track of time, but not of purpose. Your hands are blistered, your body screams, yet your mind stays silent, focused, because you finally understand the world doesn't owe you results. It owes you nothing, and still you rise. One day they'll call it talent. They'll say you were born different. But you'll know the truth, you were built different. Through every scar, every fall, every lonely night, you became your own legend. One day you'll look back and realize, the moment you almost gave up was the moment you became unstoppable. You'll see the pain, the fear, the endless nights of doubt, and you'll smile, because now you understand the pain was never your enemy. It was your teacher. Every rejection redirected you. Every failure forged you. Every fall carved wisdom into your bones. You were never being punished. You were being prepared. The fire inside you has changed shape. It no longer burns out of rage, it burns out of purpose. You've turned fear into focus. You've turned I can't into I did. You no longer chase light, you are the light. So when life tests you again, smile. Because you've been here before and survived. The storm made you. The climb defined you. The journey crowned you. This is break your limits. Your only limit is your mind.